we got James Harden and that beard of his. Look, this guy's relentless. We know he's going to attack the basket all night long. So I'm going to make it my personal mission to keep that from happening. As long as we keep jumping those passing lanes, we can give them a run for their money. I know I'll be ready.
Mucho gusto, Tina on 2K Sports. From the jerseys to the food to the halftime entertainment tonight, a distinctive Latin flavor. Hi, this is Kevin Harlan, joined by my partners Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. This game in Houston marks the start of a homestand for the Rockets. They traveled to Memphis last time they faced the Grizzlies and came away with the win. And they'd love to go for the sweep here and make it 4-0 in the season series.
And they may have been on the road, but you know what? They nullified any home court disadvantage in that game by how well they shot it from three.
Shooting can always be a great equalizer. I mean, when you shoot like that from outside.
Checked in. Montejunas comes in for Michael Beasley. Corey Brewer's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Terry in for Patrick Beverly. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Wright, he's checked in for Gasol. Anderson comes in for Zach Randolph. Freaks checked in for Vince Carter. And Tony Allen subbed in for Lance Stevenson. And the Grizzlies leading by 5.
And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
Here's Brewer. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
I tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
It really has, and they've created a lot of high percentage shots in the paint here already.
Freak kicks to Anderson. Memphis moving that ball around. Right, and Capella sends it back. And it's the Rockets on the break. And good on the basket. Book it. Harden's got his first basket of the night.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
It's Allen on the wing. Terry covering. But he recovers it. Allen kicks to Freak. Allen left side. Second chance shot, and it's good on the layup. Looking at Memphis, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Hawks in Atlanta.
Yeah, plagued by foul trouble throughout in that game. I think it just forced them into some rotations that they weren't comfortable with.
Yeah, and you know, the frustrating part, guys, is that's something that can be avoided. You know, you can correct that, but you've got to move your feet and keep your hands to yourself. You've got to show some discipline.
Dishes to Conley. Feeds to Freak. Shot clock at 5. Right, the pass to Anderson. Conley for 3. The Rockets pull it in. Defeated by the Hornets in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, major problems at the charity stripe in that game. They just could not convert their free throws.
And that makes it hard to win, especially on the road. You get a chorus of about 20,000 yelling at you every time you put one off the rim. Boy, that's got to wear on you.
Wright dishes to Allen. Fires from 18, and it is good at the buzzer. Wow!
And that's a big bonus for him to end the quarter.
And Dwight Howard, a lightning rod figure around the league, subject to a lot of criticism, but he says he takes comfort in playing the game he still loves.
Basketball. This is my passion, you know, on the court. It's my sanctuary.
It's an interesting concept that Dwight has to take something very seriously in order to have on the court. Capella's checked in. Beasley comes in for Trevor Ariza. James Harden, he's checked in for Brewer. And it's Terry in for Patrick Beverly. Then for the Grizzlies, Zach Randolph's checked in for JaMychal Green. Freak comes in for Vince Carter. And Allen subbed in for Mike Conley. So on the floor for Memphis, Randolph is the 4 with Gasol in the middle. Allen is out there with Lance Stevenson. And it's Freak in at the 3 spot. Now we know that Marc Gasol was one of the most sought-after free agents this past summer. Clark all along most figured he'd be back in Memphis.
Yep, a winning team, max dollars. And don't forget now, he went to high school in Memphis while his brother Powell played there. He's where he belongs.
And the Rockets making a change here. Montejunas is checked in. And so Marc Gasol nails both of them.
Marc Gasol, a first-time All-Star starter last season. He and his brother Powell both starting in that game. The first time that's ever happened in league history, and having both those guys go head-to-head. Oh, listen, no doubt you could argue Marc Gasol is the best center in the league right now. I mean, this guy does it all. Defends, rebounds, passes, scores. I mean, he's also a great teammate. They all love him. And to me, that matters in the big picture. When you're talking about developing chemistry and trust, sometimes the difference between winning and winning it all is whether or not your teammates like you.
And Memphis making a change here. Wright's checked in. And he can't hit the second.
Boy, they're really battling, guys. Not sitting back, being aggressive, attacking when they have the chance. I like that.
Man, I like their approach to the game right now. There's tremendous aggression on both ends, putting the onus on the officials.
Allen against Harden. He feeds it to Capella. Stolen by Stevenson. Allen outside. Down low. Outside Randolph. Picked by Randolph. 6 on the shot clock. Stevenson with it. Picked up by Montejunas. Not enough on that one as it misses. Rockets trail by 6. In the corner. Harden. All sorts of time. That's good. Harden's got his second bucket of the night.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
And Stevenson kicks to Allen. 1:15 left now here in the second. To the inside. Oh, trying for it. Beasley with the steal. Now Terry. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. The pass to Harden. He feeds it to Beasley. Back to Harden. And it's Freak with the rebound.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Got a piece of it. Montejunas with the steal. Beasley in the post, working on Randolph. Offensive rebound.
Good shot. They'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Freak. And another miss by Memphis. Rockets trail by 4. Pass to Harden. The dish to Terry. And no good trying to get that one. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Grizzlies lead
Well, James, throughout the first half, you struggled with turnovers. Is keeping...
Okay, guys, let's focus and get down to business. Now, here's a few things I took away from the first half. The top thing for me has been that we've come up with some decent buckets because we made a savvy play on D, caused a turnover, and got an easy scoring chance. I want to see more of that, our defense leading straight into our offense. I will point out that all the steals we got in that half as something we can build on. We pestered them with our D. That was great. Okay, one more thing. A smooth flow to the second half is just what we're looking for. Let's keep things moving, but not at some kind of breakneck pace. This is a very tough opponent, and we've got a difficult half in front of us. But I've got all the faith in the world in you guys. I know you can get this done.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now.
It's been a nice game for Howard. He's got 10 points and also a block shot.
And guys, he's been making play after play.
Houston's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Terry the pass to Brewer. There's the pick. Ariza with it. Out defended by Freak. The score now all even. 8 points for Ariza.
And finally, they fought themselves back to even the score. We've got a new ball game here now.
And really all the momentum is theirs, making such a strong comeback. So I think you've got to really feel good about their chances the rest of the way.
Just 5 on the clock. Anderson dishes to Conley. And off the front iron, and in it goes. And the Grizzlies lead by 2.
Terrific effort on that shot. I mean, he's given up a lot of inches in that mismatch.
Well, height, who cares about height? I mean, it's just a number. Hey, you got to go with what you got. And he took what he had right at him there.
On up the court. And there's Green on the assist by Conley. Conley's got 3 assists now in this one. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Memphis.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
Yeah, I think you also have to give them a lot of credit for how well they've risen up to meet shooters, to challenge shots in this game. A lot of blocked shots tonight.
Memphis moving that ball around. Knocked away. Shoots from the elbow. That one off the back iron and out.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Terry with it, and Allen picks him up defensively. Terry outside. Odiunas a screen on Allen, and the foul called on Freak. That is his first foul of the game. James Harden, he's checked in for Jason Terry. The Grizzlies also making a change. White's checked in. 44 seconds left in the third. Good.
And a big height advantage.
20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Well, this one is winding down now. Houston can watch the clock run out. So on the floor for Memphis. Freak in at the 3. Green is up there with Chris Anderson. That's Tony Allen, and it's Adams at the 1 spot. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
They certainly put on a good show here at home, and I think they felt they had the edge and an extra little bit of confidence.
You got to forget about that one.
Well, congratulations on
the 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, James Harden. He had just an outstanding fourth quarter performance. He really had the fire lit under him, and down the stretch, really having a huge impact on the outcome of this game.
That was the James Harden we've come to know and love, a player that brings nothing but fear to players that have to guard him. I've said this for a while now. He's the best one-on-one player in the NBA. And even if it's not a one-on-one situation, even if you...
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.
Yo, freak, what's up, baby? What's up? We see you.
Yo. What up?
Basquiat, let's go. Got that art for y'all, that real spit. They call me Basquiat, the heart.
I never had this feeling with any other woman in my life. And she gave me a different feeling, which was something I fell in love with. I never asked her to be my girlfriend. It just became that. You could tell when we started falling, like,
tough matchup tonight. We could very well end up facing these guys in the postseason. So it's important to learn what we can and show them we're not about to back down. If we get it done here, it'll give us that much more confidence if we see them again. The stakes are raising every day at this point, so I better man up.
The Tower of the Americas in Hemisphere Park. Reminders of the International Expo San Antonio hosted years back. It's the Western Conference on display, featuring the Memphis Grizzlies. Welcome, everyone, to NBA basketball here on 2K Sports. Tonight, it's Noche Latina, celebration of Latin culture in the league. It's become an annual tradition and a very good one. This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. In the last meeting... Here's Mills. He had 10 points in the win against Miami. Leonard on the wing. Plenty of space. That's good. Leonard's got 5 now.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat. And guys, every time we think Patty Mills is going to take the next step in his development, he takes a step back. Last season, he shot career lows from the field and behind the arc after having one of his best ever campaigns the year before. That really just makes a coach pull his hair out. Fortunately, for me, I don't have it.
Looking at the last game for San Antonio, it was a win against Miami.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's what will happen when the team continues to attack the basket and come away with layups. The defense tends to get demoralized and deflated.
It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. Boris Diaz checked in for West. The Grizzlies have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
And guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far. Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
There's 21 seconds left in the first. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Ginobili outside. And here's Leonard from first. And it's wow, he nails the buzzer beater. What? Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. It's the Grizzlies. They lead by 6. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. And LaMarcus Aldridge, the franchise player on this team. With Greg, does that acceptance... Well, for Memphis, their last game a loss to the Los Angeles Lakers.
And I think they could hold their heads high from that performance, you know, despite the final score being what it was.
I agree with you. I mean, it was a tough game played in a tough environment on the road, and they were in it right until the bitter end, so that's good stuff.
Mills and Manu at the guards. West out there with Green, and that's who's in the game for the Spurs. And Ginobili, here we go. Here's Marjanovic, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's going to be on Zach Randolph.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg. Boy, they're really battling, guys. Not sitting back, being aggressive, attacking when they have the chance. I like that.
Man, I like their approach to the game right now. There's tremendous aggression on both ends, putting the onus on the officials.
And Memphis making a change here. Lights checked in. Inside. Kicks it out to Allen. Just 5 to shoot. Inside. Freak. Softly drops in the floater. And the Grizzlies lead by 4.
You know, obviously, he knows how to finish with some flair. And the Spurs last season became the first franchise to hire a female assistant coach. A big step, not just for the Spurs, but really for all of the NBA.
Well, Greg, we just talking about the assistant that was hired was Becky Hammond, a phenomenal player for a very long time in the WNBA. And Clark, you know, you and I were talking about this before. She was a perfect candidate to become the first full-time female assistant.
Yeah, I agree with you, and it might not seem like that big a deal to some, but this was a big-time barrier breaker that the Spurs pulled off.
Stevenson outside. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Grizzlies.
Well, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
And also, they've been really active on the defensive end in terms of applying pressure and coming away with steals.
Really good example there of some fine interior passing before that basket.
Feeds to Freak. Back to Stevenson. Dishes it to Freak. From beyond the arc. Can't hit. So the Spurs will take it the other way. And with that shot, the Grizzly lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Green.
Don't you love the chemistry? Those guys work so well together in the open floor.
That'll be a 5-second call. As we get a break in the action, let's take a peek at the team's scoring leaders. In fourth, the Spurs.
And how about the year they've had offensively? This is a team that can put points on the board in a hurry. Always fun to watch them play.
.58 seconds left in the second quarter. They grabbed their own miss. Shot's good from West.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Wright sets a screen. Freak kicks to Allen. The rebound by the Spurs.
All the defender had to do there was just stay close to him, and he did.
Puts it up from 15, and there's West. That good on the assist by Green. And it's 8 points for David West.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Back to Anderson. On the wing, Stevenson. Covered by Mills. Shot clock at 5. Stevenson kicks to Freak. Here's Anderson. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Anderson's got the game tied up here for the Grizzlies.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending.
Here's Aldridge. So a tie game here as we finish the first half. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
All right, Kevin, here with Tony Parker. And Tony, you guys have struggled offensively so far in this game. Why do you think it's been so tough to get into a groove here?
I don't know. We got a hard time to make a basket. Playing a very good team. They play with a lot of energy. So hopefully in the second half we can shoot a little bit better.
Tony, thank you. Kevin, nothing like seeing two Titans get after it.
Thank you, Doris. We'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway. Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far.
Some great play by Kawhi Leonard tonight. He's got 11 points, and he's knocked down a pair of three-pointers in this game, too.
And maybe it's time for them to set a few more screens for him up top and let him add to that total.
Checked in for San Antonio. Ginobili comes in for Leonard. Memphis also making some changes. Green, he's checked in for Randolph. Freak comes in for Vince Carter. And Tony Allen subbed in for Lance Stevenson. So the Grizzlies 5 right now. Conley and Allen in the backcourt. Freak is out there with Green. And it's Gasol at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Green against Aldridge. Green dishes to Freak. To the inside. West with the steal. Conley against Parker. On the wing, Green. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Parker's got his third assist on the night. The Grizzlies trail by 3. And, of course, Tony Parker's so big for San Antonio in those championship runs. But word on the street was that Spurs coach Greg Popovich didn't always go easy on Tony. He really pushed him to the limit.
Yeah, you know, it started back when Tony was invited to the Spurs summer camp before the 2001 draft. One of the scouts was really physical with Tony, really gave him a hard time, and that was really the start of his maturation process in learning to deal with the NBA.
Right, he's checked in for Marc Gasol. And Mills kicks to Aldridge. Here's Green, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Green's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Well, what a smart pass that time by Aldridge.
Conley the pass to Freak. Wright dishes to Conley. Freak with it. Out to the right wing. Shoots from 14. And again, Memphis no good.
High quality shot. Just a little off there with the release.
And Greg, that has him S-H-H-E, shaking his head. Tough miss that time.
And a closer look here. Duncan, he's checked in for San Antonio. Parker comes in for Patty Mills. The Grizzlies also changing it up. Green, he's checked in for Wright. Freak comes in for Allen. And it's Jordan Adams in for Mike Conley. The timeless Parker and Manu are the 1 and the 2. Aldridge out there with Duncan. And it's Green in at the 3, the small forward. That's the San Antonio 5.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The clock now can just run out for the Spurs. Here's Parker. And so it's San Antonio with the win.
David, what is it you like about the way this team is playing right now?
You know, we're just defending.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Danny Green. He simply had a dominant third quarter, and it quickly became apparent he wanted to exert his control over the tempo of the game. Kenny, what did you like about his game?
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie.
Yeah, send him in. Cece.
Hey, how are you?
Good to see you again.
My pleasure.
Freak. Great game last night.
That's what I do, right?
Indeed. Have a seat. Pagnotti.
How you doing?
Thought you'd be selling used cars by now.
Funny, comedian. I thought you would have invested in some new clothes, being a team owner and all. I see you still rocking that Goodwill look.
Yvette, please.
on some chill. We go 0 to 100 real quick. Bill, and now I'm fit.